Yo, what's up boys, and welcome back to another Escape from Tarkov video. If you guys have been following my channel for the past few months, I made a video right here, annotation in the top right, a while ago, which showing off the core gameplay, some shooting, a lot of stuff, and there has been a decent amount of information which has came out since then, which I thought I'd talk to you guys a bit about today. The footage in the background is entirely from a video which we've released recently, which shows off the modding for a lot of different weapons, and the modding in this game for the weapons, which is obviously going to be a big part since it is a first-person/third-person shooter. It's better than any game I've seen to date, being able to completely strip your weapons down, or obviously pimp them out with a lot of suppressors, sights, etc, etc. And they don't just show off the AK, we will see the pistol, a few other different assault rifles and stuff like that later on in this gameplay. And while this is in the background, I'm going to talk about what we've learned recently about the game. So there's going to be a lot of information in the description below, and I would recommend watching that video which I made a few months ago, like I said, annotation at the start, just because that shows off a lot of the actual game itself, whereas this footage in the background doesn't really give you a good idea for anything other than the fucking crazy amount of detail we've put into weapon customization. But looking at the dev blogs and some releases from places like PC Gamer, I do now know that it's not actually going to be quite the dream that people thought it was going to be. Not to say it's going to be bad, but for a lot of people, they're just waiting on a game which is open world survival, which just does a good job. Unfortunately, DayZ doesn't do that job, and people are just waiting for a game which runs good, looks decent, and has that kind of built-up open world which people dreamt of in an MMO kind of scenario. And although this game has described itself as having some MMO features, which we have seen in the gameplay before, looking at one of the PC Gamer articles which came out a few days ago, and also they released a bunch of screenshots as well as this video in that, which I'll have them on the screen right now, it's actually only going to be a 16-player cooperative multiplayer kind of experience, which is kind of understandable. Honestly, the game does look incredible, and having a massive open world looking incredible, and it being hundreds of players per server, it's not possible on every single engine. I don't honestly even know what engine this game is on, but it is not going to be an MMO, which is going to be letting down a lot of people. But what is it going to be still? Well, it's going to be a game which I think a lot of Stalker fans will enjoy, which I'm a big fan of Stalker, and as a whole, as a game with a massive open world for people to explore, which as far as I know is not going to be a cooperative experience. I don't see why it would be, although who knows, it might be. But with 16-player kind of multiplayer component to the game is going to be just PvP, whether it's team deathmatch or whatever else. So you're going to be able to do that, and that is going to be decent fun, but it's something you can do in games already which exist, like Severium. Severium also promised a massive open world, and it never delivered on that. Well, it was also made by Russian devs, Vostok Games, who were originally actually the creators of Stalker, so people were really excited for that, but then it turned out the open world component just doesn't exist. So yeah, this game might have an open world, but it is going to be mostly something you're going to have to experience by yourself. Some things I'm saying right now might be a mix of speculation and realism, and they might not necessarily ever actually be true, but I'm just being realistic here and saying, don't expect some kind of massive open world you can explore with people and, oh my god, there's an enemy there, I'm going to kill him and steal his weapon, etc, etc. The looting you would have seen in the previous videos was from kind of a single player component of that, where obviously there was an AI on the floor, we picked up a key and opened up a door, and all that looked really cool, but you're not going to be able to, see another player do the same thing kind of thing. Again, just speculation, but it's probably going to be that way. With the disappointment of it not obviously being an MMO, that was kind of expected anyway, out of the way, I am still really excited for the game. Like I've already said, I am a fan of Stalker, and this customization with the weapons is crazy. If you didn't notice in that screenshot before, which was shown from a PC Gamer article, yes, you can put a drum mag on a Makarov, which is stupid, but it just shows the extent of the customization with every single weapon in the game, which is it's not gonna be like the DayZ pre-alpha release or early alpha release, whatever, where there's 2 weapons. You can already see there's a decent amount of weapons in the game, ranging from a bunch of different pistols, the shotgun, all the different rifles, and a bunch of other ones, I'm sure, which we haven't shown off in the gameplay already. You can sign up to the game's alpha right now and also pre-order the game on the website, which I'll have a link to in the description below. I'm expecting an alpha release within the next few months, ideally, although right now the date is simply 2016, but whether it's going to be some more gameplay or pre-alpha release, who the fuck knows, but it should be soon. But anyway, thanks a lot for watching. If you guys would like to see some more information, go check out the links in the description below. Don't forget to comment, subscribe, and all good stuff, and I'd love to hear what you guys think of the game, whether you think the lack of MMO components is going to ruin it. Not really, but yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.